Okay, here we go. Looking at graphing a circle given its equation in standard form. Here is our example. We graph the circle described by the equation x minus 2 squared plus the quantity y minus 2 squared equals 25. First thing that we really should recognize is this. An equation of this form, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, describes a circle where the center is h and k and the radius is r. Okay, it's important to understand that. If you're good to go, you might want to fast forward through this next section. Otherwise, let's look at why. Why does that describe a circle? So if you were to click on that in ALEKS, this is the explanation you'd get, but sometimes it helps to have a little clarification. Okay, so this is the information that we just had. Now, by definition, a circle, of course, is a set of all points in the plane that lie a certain distance, or the radius, the same distance from a center point, right? So, here's our point. If we go a certain distance, r, well, there's another point out there. Now, if we rotate that r around and we say, oh, that r distance is going to stay the same, and we put another point there, and then we go and put another point there, and we keep doing that, and then we keep moving these closer and closer together such that eventually they create a solid line, and we do that all the way around 360 degrees, well, that's what a circle is, right? So if our center point has the xy coordinates of this h and k, then we could use the distance formula. Remember the distance formula from way back when? It says that the distance r, which is the same as our radius, is equal to the square root of the xy. This generic xy position is any of these points. We could pick any one of these points and calculate this distance, d. I don't really want to use d there. We want to use r. But the distance is the same as the radius. And so using that distance formula, we can get rid of that square root by squaring both sides. And that's how we just come up with that formula. So that's sort of the explanation of the development of the formula of a circle. Phew. Alright, so if you've skipped this part, great. Now let's look at what we've got. All we have to do really is just kind of observe. Our circle's got a center HK. Well, here's the H and here's the K, and we got to check those signs. In this case, we've got a minus H and a minus K, so that means that our center is just going to be 2, 2. And notice here, this is r squared. That correlates with 25. If r squared equals 25, well, we know that we can take the square root of both sides, and so r is just 5. Okay, so here we've got the key points, and if we were to graph that out, that means our center is 2, 2, so we can just plot that. And then our radius is 5, so we can use our compass to set that radius to be 5 and draw our circle. There's our answer.